Welcome back students to CMI's online classes. This is Pravesh sir and I am present today with my third video on chapter 20 capital letters and punctuation for the students of standard 6. Students, in our previous two videos on the same chapter, we discussed and understood the use of capital letters in sentences and the use of terminal punctuation marks. And in today's video, we will briefly discuss about the use of mid-sentence punctuation marks and miscellaneous or other punctuation marks that we use in sentences. See students, in mid-sentence punctuation marks, the word mid stands for middle. It means that these punctuation marks are used in middle of the sentences and they mainly focus on the pause of words, phrases and dependent and independent clauses, how the sentences are formed together with all these parts of sentences. So mid-sentence punctuation marks are comma, semicolon and colon. So how do these mid-sentence punctuation marks are used in sentences to separate words that are used in sentences, to separate phrases, to separate clauses whether they are dependent and independent. These mid-sentence punctuation marks determine the use of all these punctuation marks, three punctuation marks, comma, semicolon and colon in sentences. Now we will understand how to use this comma, semicolon and colon while we write sentences. Students, first we will discuss and understand the use of comma in sentences. How and in what conditions and situations in sentences this comma is used. Of all punctuation marks in English grammar, this punctuation mark, comma, has many functions than other punctuation marks. See, we are going to discuss 10 conditions in sentences in which we have to use comma. So, I have written on the board that condition number 1, like comma is used to separate more than two independent entries or series of words of same categories. See, if we put a series of words that belong to same category, in that case also we have to use comma. Like I have written an example, I bought apples, comma, cakes, comma, cold drinks and samosas from the market. See here, apples, cakes, cold drinks and samosas. These four words are the words of same category. That means these four words are the name of food. So see, comma is used until the two words are left at the end, because the left two words are either joined by and or conjunction and or before we end them. Okay, but before these two words of same series, other words are connected by using, joined by using or separated by using commas. Like here I have separated apples, cakes, cold drinks, but before samosas I have written and. Okay, so here in the same case we have example number 2. He is honest, hardworking and punctual. Okay, see, hardworking, honest, hardworking and punctual, these three are the words of same category, like they are adjectives. Okay, so same words are used here. So before the last word I have used and, because the sentence actually ends here. So before ending the sentence, if the number of words are there, I do not put or we do not put comma. conjunction and or. Okay. Likewise, I have done in both of the sentences here. Now see, comma is also used to separate the numbers of independent clauses. If the numbers of independent clauses are used to frame single sentences, single sentence, then we use comma to separate them, so that while reading there is a pause while reading, so that the listener come to know that there is some pause, or that means the punctuation mark comma is used there. Just take this example. He wishes to sell vegetables from place to place, comma, but he does not beg. So here the sentences are made by two independent clauses. Like he wishes to sell vegetables from place to place. This is first independent clause, and he does not beg. This is also an independent clause, and it is joined by using the conjunction but. But before but also I have used comma. Okay. So here we come to know that this comma has also used to join these two independent clauses, and we come to know that this sentence is made by two independent clauses. Now we can also take another example. Mother made tea, comma, father brought some biscuits, comma, and they enjoyed together. So see here we have three independent clauses here. This sentence has been formed by joining three independent clauses together. So after each independent clause I have used comma, and I have joined these three independent clauses by using comma to make them one meaningful sentence. Okay. So comma is also used to join independent clauses together. The next condition in sentences when we have to use comma is number 3, to separate relative clauses from antecedents. Relative clauses are the clauses which are formed by using WH words. Okay. So here an antecedents means antecedents are the nouns, because these relative clauses give meaningful sense only when we find its antecedents, because relative clauses are closely related to antecedents to give their meaningful sense. See here. So after antecedents we have to put comma, and after comma we have to put the relative clauses. Here, whom I saw in the circus. This is a relative clause. So whom, here the clause is started with whom. That means whom I saw in the circus was an American. This is a relative clause, and this relative clause whom is related to the man. Here the man is antecedent. Okay, so here this antecedent and relative clause are separated by using comma. Understood? In the same way, the part, comma, where we play every day is very big. See here, where we play every day is very big. Here, this is a clause, dependent clause, and it has been separated from the antecedent. Okay. See here, relative clause. So relative clause is separated by comma, and its antecedent is the part, which is a noun. Okay. So now the another condition is another example number 4. Another condition is to separate dependent clause from the main clause in complex sentences. We know that complex sentences are formed by using dependent clause and independent clause together. But we can use dependent clause in the beginning or at the end. Okay. it depends upon the condition how we are writing the sentences. See, if we keep these dependent clauses at the beginning of the sentences, then we have to separate it by using comma. Like if you ask me, this is a dependent clause. Okay, so if I write dependent clause at the beginning of the sentence, then I have to separate that dependent clause by using comma. Okay, like here, when I reach there, this is also dependent clause, and if you ask me, this is also a dependent clause. See, when I reach there, I didn't see anyone. I didn't see anyone is independent clause. Okay, so here these two dependent and independent clauses together have made one complex sentence. Okay, and here also if you ask me comma, I will obviously help you. So these two, first I have used dependent clause and then comma and independent clause. Okay, this is the condition. If I use dependent clause at first, then I have to put comma. Otherwise, if I put independent clause first and dependent clause later to make a complex sentence, then there is no need to put comma. Like I did not see anyone when I reached there. Here there is no need to put comma. In the same way, I will obviously help you if you ask me. Here also there is no need to put any comma. Okay. See here another condition. Introductory statements with yes or no. Whenever we give any statement by using the introductory word yes or no, then also after yes and no we have to put comma. Like here, no, I won't go there. See here, after no I have put comma. Okay. Yes, I want to see it. After yes, I have put comma because here no and yes are used as introductory words in these two sentences. Okay, so whenever we use no or yes as the introductory words for any kind of statements, then after this no or yes we have to put comma. Now another condition to use comma in sentences is to separate day, time, day of month and year. When we put this series of words that gives us the concept and idea of day, time, day of month and year together, then we also separate this concept, each concept by using comma. Like 7th April, comma 2020. Like Sunday, comma 7 p.m. This way, these two concepts that gives us the idea of date or time, month or year together, we use comma to separate those concepts. Okay. Now come to another point. Comma is also used to separate series of pairs of words connected by the conjunction and. Whenever two words are connected by conjunction and we have pairs of series of these pairs of words like seconds and hours, comma, days and nights, comma, months and years, etc. So these seconds and hours, these two words have been connected by conjunction and. So I have separated this pair of words with comma. Another pair of words, days and nights. See these pair of words also I have separated by using comma. So each pair of words which are connected by conjunction and can also be separated by using comma. Just like a series of words, but here in series of words we have single words, but here we have a pair of words. Okay. And another condition is to separate direct speech from the reporting word and its subject. Whenever we write the sentences in direct speech, so at first we write the subject or the reporter. Okay, after that we put reported word or reporting word. After reporting word, we Before we introduce reported speech, we separate that reported speech by using comma after reported word. Like here, he said to me, or you can also write he said. Okay, so here you are my best friend. Here you are my best friend is reported speech. Okay, so this reported speech here I have separated by using comma. So in direct speech, reported speeches are also separated by the use of comma. Now another condition to use comma in sentences is after salutation and complimentary clause in a letter. Whenever we write letter, before we start writing the body of letter, we write salutation. Okay, so salutation always starts with dear. After dear, we write someone's name to whom we are writing the letter, right? Like dear father, dear mother, dear Anshu, dear uncle. So after that salutation, after the name of that person, and before the body of the letter, we put comma. Okay, like dear Anshu, comma, dear father, comma, like this. And after the complimentary clause also, after finally we write the letter. Before closing the letter, we write a complimentary clause like yours faithfully, comma. So complimentary clause before writing the name of the writer, one who is writing the letter. Before writing the name of that writer, we put complimentary clause, and after complimentary clause we use comma like yours sincerely, comma. We should write our name or the name of the person who is writing the letter. Yours honestly, yours obediently, like this. Understood? Now, another condition or the last condition to use comma in sentences is to mark off words used in addressing people. Whenever we ask question while addressing the people, we ask another question while addressing some other people or the people in front of you or the person in front of you. In that case also, we use comma after the question and before the name of that person. Like, how are you? So if you are speaking to Anu, so actually your question is how are you? But you are addressing this question to Anshu. Don't put question mark after how are you. But you have to put question mark after the name of the person whom you are addressing or asking this question. But we have to separate that question and this addressing person with comma. Like, how are you? Comma, Anshu, full stop. Like, where is your mother? This is the complete question, but you are addressing this question to Anu. So, where is your mother? Comma, Anu, question mark. In the same way, what are you doing? Comma, Mr. Sam. What are you doing, Mr. Sam? So this question should be written like, what are you doing? Comma, Mr. Sam, question mark. Understood? So whenever you are asking question by addressing some other person, so after completing the question, you need to put comma and you have to write the addressing person's name, and after that addressing person's name only you have to write or put question mark. Okay, so these were all 10 conditions to use comma in sentences.